This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, I did a video earlier today, and I'm telling you guys that Ripple cannot sell XRP to institutions without violating the court's injunction. Okay? And I'm getting all these comments from people telling me Ripple has no obligation to shareholders. Ripple can do what they want. They can sell to institutions. Ripple doesn't have any obligation to shareholders, to XRP holders, but they have an obligation to following the law. And you guys who still think that Ripple can just sell to institutions without registering XRPs as a security, you're not paying attention. But you don't even need that much common sense. Let's just think about this logically. Okay? Let's think about this logically. Ripple claims that the judge's injunction was for prior sales of XRP to institutions. So the judge is barring them from selling XRP to institutions in the past? Does that make sense? Does that calculate in your mind? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Okay? Secondly, what did Ripple try to get the judge to do a few days ago? They tried to get Judge Torres to lift the injunction. If the injunction only applied to prior sales, why would they need the judge to lift the injunction? Because if the injunction only applied to prior sales, then it had no value whatsoever if Ripple wanted to sell XRP directly to institutions now, because it only applied to prior sales. The fact that they attempted to get the judge to lift the injunction is because they know it doesn't apply to prior sales. Okay? They know this. Let me ask you guys a question. They got all these new cell phone laws now, right? And the cell phone law says that you can't touch your cell phone while driving in the car, even if you're at a stoplight. Okay? That is the new law. Did the judge mean you can't touch your cell phone prior? Or is that injunction in place right now? Okay? So if we want to touch our cell phone right now in our car, we need to file a lawsuit against the judge or against the legislature to get that reversed. If that is not reversed legally, we cannot touch our cell phone while we're driving a vehicle. And that's the same thing with XRP selling to institutions. Okay? If they could sell to institutions, they would not need to ask the judge to reverse the injunction. It's basic common sense. You don't even need a degree to understand that. If the injunction only applied to prior sales, why would Ripple lawyers need to get the injunction lifted? Why? The sales are already done. The fine is already paid. Why would they need them to lift the injunction? For what purpose? For what purpose? Guys, come on. They think we're dumb money, but we have a whole lot of common sense. We've been in the market for 5 years watching all the fraud and corruption. We know what they do. We know what they do. And what they do, they make money by taking advantage of us, okay? They make money by taking advantage of us. If retail investors stayed out the stock market, stayed out of crypto, it would not run. They need our money. But they also, in my opinion, only seems to be able to get rich if they're breaking the rules. Okay? If they're breaking the rules. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Can you guys give me an explanation as to why Ripple lawyers asked Judge Torres to lift the injunction if the injunction only applied to prior sales of XRP to institutions? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.